I think it's like a crutch. You walk into a gym and the first thing you do, it's like a CrossFitter, I'm natty. So am I gonna be able to do everything you guys are doing? What are you talking about? You can't do what we're doing. Tell people that I'm a natty raised by gearheads. I was raised in a gym of people on gear. And the people on gear at that gym that raised me saw potential in my natty side. And that's what's fun about like bodybuilding. It's like lifting with a suit on and lifting raw. We're powerlifting. You're just doing it raw. And I'm doing it with a suit on. We're the same people. And in my gym out in Forest Grove, it was like, no, dude, we're on gear. And the people on gear were more protective of me staying natty and saw that potential than anything. So then there was no like, oh, the gear guys do this and this do this. It was like, the bodybuilders do this. And then it was like, oh, that's just kind of a no-brainer, cool. And if I wanted to take it to IFBB levels, I gotta dabble in the super subs. That's what we call them, super subs. So it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of, I checked that off my list early on. I was like, oh, I just gotta make sure I'm stretching, contracting every muscle. I gotta train intense like everybody else. And it's kind of like you see it in the comment section. There's no way this dude's natural. And someone's always like, well, just taking gear doesn't make you fucking huge. It's true. That hard work, you can get two twins, same person, right? But let's say one took it to the extreme and one was like, I'm gonna just see how natty I could be. And one guy's like, I'm fucking Ronnie, buddy. And then I guarantee if both those dudes had the same training routine, the dude on the gear is just gonna get an enhanced version, but the other dude's gonna look insane. Same protocols, it's just you're going in different directions. Removing the natty side and then the gear side, obviously there's two very extremes, right, in there, but the necessities of stretch, contract, intensity, take it to failure, that applies across the board. And if you don't take gear, you'll get less results, but still banging results. And obviously if you take gear, you would. One thing that I really used to like is finding the natural bodybuilders from like the 40s, right? I think testosterone was invented in like the 40s. Anything prior than the 40s is natties. Fucking, there's nothing. There was nothing, right? So you see these dudes and you're like, that's a questionable natty today. You're like, that dude's in the 20s. So I'm just gonna do what that guy does. You're telling me you look better than the guy who just squeezed for 2.5 fucking hours straight and you can't get big with a gym? Get over yourself, guy. That guy built his legs carrying his brother upstairs for 4 hours and you have a gym like this and you can't go to failure? You need to check yourself. It's the outliers, right? You'll start looking at everybody and I remember thinking, it's like the Tom Platts. Everyone's got great legs and then there's Tom and you're like, and he does something different than everybody else. But everyone's like, that's crazy. You don't want to be squatting. It's gonna make your waist big. It's like, look at his fucking legs. I get what you're saying, guys. I get what you're saying. It's like when you see the things with natty guys now, and they'll be like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Doug Miller exists. Right. He exists. He's in this world, and he doesn't do any of that. And it's not like Doug's below you. He's 10 times better than you with his weird stuff you say doesn't work. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? And what's fun about natural bodybuilding, I feel like natural bodybuilding's where the not elite genetic people rise to the top. You can see certain levels where it's like, man, you're comparing yourself to all the smallest dudes in this federation. You're comparing yourself, it's like getting into bodybuilding and being like, men's physique. It's like, well, there are open dudes. I'm not saying they're the lowest on the totem pole, but I'm just like, shoot to the genetic top and go, oh, that's what a top fucking crazy natty looks like. Some of the dudes that were in like the 90s before social media, and you're like, dude, you had no influence to be thrown in a different direction with your training. Nobody could walk in and be like, oh, dude, you shouldn't be doing any of that stuff while you're sitting there with 22-inch arms bigger than everybody as a natty on no gear. So it's kind of like, I feel like today you get caught up with like, well, I saw, Jeff Nippert and he's got, 5 million followers. He's awesome. He's got great info. There's also people that are training in Nebraska who don't give a fuck about social media who could lift my truck over my head. Those people exist too. There's always bigger fish, right? And I feel like when you start seeing the bigger fish, that's what I gravitate towards. What are the big fish doing? Okay, we got 50 people bodybuilding in like the late 70s, early 80s. Tom Platt's legs are better than all of them. Why the hell would you mimic someone else's training? It just doesn't make sense to me. Oh, Tom Platt's, he does something different than everybody else. His legs are better. Frank Zane. I'm gonna do some Frank Zane squats. It's like, he didn't believe in squats. So you're just kind of like, I'm just gonna gravitate towards the dudes who are doing it the right way, and it's translating towards their physiques. It's not like they're up there as Big Rammy, and you're like, what's the protocol? It's just like, no, I could see you're amongst everybody else, you're training slightly different, and I see it translating in your physique. What's up, Lawrence? Fuck you, Lawrence.